Oh god, so I have to cut that video. It was 42 seconds and I don't know where I left off. So I'm just gonna restart the story where I was talking about this girl that I was friends with in high school. She was dating a guy and the guy was one of my cool, oh wait, that was the one I think, 601? Yeah. He was one of my really close guy friends. I hung out with him all the time. We were always cool. We were always like friendly. We were always joking around. He was very much like a brother to me. It was like that. Like we were like brother or sister kind of vibes, really. And we would like talk shit about each other. Not about each other, it's crazy. Talk shit to each other. I did talk shit about him too because he always has some chapped ass lips, and I would always look at him and be like, "Bitch, put some fucking chapstick on and stop talking to me. You got crust falling out your lip. I don't like that. You're about to spit a little crust dust at me." Fucking dumbass. And he would never listen to. That's how I know I was like a sister to him, because he wasn't trying to impress me. He just was there crusty as fuck. And I'm like, back up. Like I don't even like looking at that shit. They're ugly. Like this is nasty. Put some fucking chapstick on. You walk around with no chapstick. Why? I wanted to argue about it all the time. This was like a common this was a very common argument in our friend group. Like it became like a thing where it's like, okay, this is I'm gonna call him you. This is you, and his lips are always fucking chapped. And we will always just shit on him for having chapped ass lips. We were bullying the fuck out of him. But you bully your brothers all the time, you know? It wasn't ever anything serious. But because she's insecure, I think she perceived that like as like Flint, you know, bitches will play with your nigga like that and then be like, type shit. I was never on that type of time, especially not with his crusty lip ass. Yuck. No. His other friend was cute though. I know I'd actually fuck. Ooh. I got a couple. I hung out with some of his homeboys, so it was never that. I'll tell you, it was never that with him. There were other people there. I'll just say that. Okay. So it was an uncomfortable situation because one time I was at lunch with her. I think it must have been 2 separate years, or I think in high school it was like halfway throughout the semester they change, you give you a new schedule type shit. So I ended up in lunch with her, and she had showed everybody, me included, but it was so uncomfortable because I was like really adamant about not wanting to see it. Like I was expressing discomfort like adamantly because it was uncomfortable. She was trying to show the table at lunch their sex tape. We're in high school. We're teenagers and they're making sex tapes. Okay, cool. I mean, that's your business, right? So why are you putting it in my face? That's the type of time I was on. I was like, that's my homeboy. Like, that's my brother. You're showing me my brother's penis. Like, are you okay? No, she's not. She wasn't okay. Obviously, she wasn't fucking okay. And she was doing it in a very manipulative way where she was just, like, showing off. Like, it was coming off like, look at what me and my man were experimenting. Oh, we're so frivolous. Like, oh, look at me and my pick me, choose me, love me face eyes. Look what I do with him. This is why he won't go nowhere. Okay. Yeah, but why are you showing me? Like, what? I wasn't there. Y'all weren't thinking about me when you were doing that shit. That's what happens to safe. It was like, oh my god, my eyes are burning because she showed me, and then she thought it was funny when I was like, ew. Because I'm like I was trying to brush it off. Like I was definitely playing it off like, but she didn't give a fuck, girl. She was like, look at his penis inside of me. And then she showed me that, and it was all the sounds were there. It was her like this. They were, I think, in a car. Like you could see the details of the leather seats, and just him in and out, and I was like, and then I'm like actually reacting even worse. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And she's laughing. Because she's a weirdo. Obviously, she's a female, and she's thinking about it as like, and everybody else is just like, it was very obvious. Like nobody, they were like, some people in the group were like flattering her, like, oh my god, you get, oh, that's so funny, wow, and everything. Like, but it's also like uncomfortable for everybody. Everybody's like, but you are showing your vagina to us too. You know that, right? Like we don't want to see. Okay. Yeah, you need help. You need help. That's what I think. That's what I done. I stopped talking to the entire friend group. And somebody had said, I think it was Roger's shady ass. He was like, I can see why you didn't have any friends in high school. I was like, you don't know why I don't have friends. This is why I don't have friends in high school. Because they do weird shit like that. You didn't know all that. With your asshole ass. With your stank ass. With your sex tape having ass, your fucking self. I hope she posts that shit again. I hope she does send it to your fuck ass church. Since you think that shit's so fucking cute. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Some people just talk out of their freaking butthole. And he was being mean to me too. I can see why you don't have any friends. Like, that's not why I didn't have any friends. I didn't have friends in high school because they were violating my boundaries and making me uncomfortable. And putting me in some weird position where I feel like it was violating. I didn't consent to seeing that. Like, that has to be some form of assault, I think. It's predatory for sure. But I think that she was doing it because she wanted to like mark, like women will do that. Like they will mark a man by desecrating a space. Like even though me and him were always just friends and always going to be just friends and still are friends, it was like it was still uncomfortable because it's like, okay, this is my friend. And when you're friends with somebody and you're a normal person, you're not a lustful loser like Roger, when you're friends with someone, you don't think of them sexually. You don't want to because it puts you in an uncomfortable position. Like, there are some things that are just private. It's called private parts. You were showing my friend's private parts. I don't even think he consented to showing me that. I don't want to see that. Like, I already have to look at his crusty, dusty lip, and I gotta look at I know what his crusty, dusty penis looks like too. Like, I want to die. Like, I literally want to die. Whatever that she was trying to accomplish, it worked. If you were trying to make me disgusted by him, it worked. But I was already disgusted by him and his crusty ass lips. So you didn't eat as much as you think you did, okay? Yeah, I already felt that way. Alright. Fuck. Like, that shit was weird. At the lunch table, girl, like, we not even drunk. Like, you couldn't even wait until we're drunk and then you that's when it's like, okay, it's excusable, right? You have an excuse for being creepy and weird. Oh my god, I was just so drunk. I can't believe I showed you guys that. Oh. And then you have your walk of shame, and then you're like, I'm never drinking that much again because now everybody knows what my boyfriend's penis looks like. But no, it was like a sober day in the middle of lunch at high school, and she was like, this is my vagina and penis, and we're having pleasure with each other in the car. I was like, yeah, you're sick. You are sick. But that reminds me a lot of this other situation that I wrote about. When it comes to like women who are like very good at like the social hierarchy game and very predatory, in my opinion. Like, very predatory women will do this a lot when they're preying on a man emotionally and sexually, of course. They will desecrate your relationship with him. And then let me just get the definition of desecrate for you guys. It is a very unique word, I'm gonna say, but it's a word in the Bible. Like, it's a biblical term, I guess. Desecrate is a verb that means to damage, violate, or treat a holy space, object, or symbol with violent disrespect. It comes from the opposite of the word consecrate, right? Which is like when you consecrate your marriage, that means you're married, come together with God, and then you lay together and you consecrate your marriage. That's a holy way of doing sex. But to desecrate It means to strip something of its holy character or to profane it, okay? So this is like a figurative use. It's like, this is an example. It says like to desecrate somebody, you would be like spreading malicious lies about someone after their death, or like after they leave the room, which is considered to desecrate their memory or their character. It's like to dishonor something. So in my opinion, in my experience, not even my opinion, I feel like she desecrated the friendship that I had with him, because this is something that is pure. It's not of like a sexual, and there's no sexuality there. It's respectful amongst all parties. You know, we're not talking about intimate stuff. He's not talking about his intimate life with her at all. I'm not asking, you know, it's a holy space. We are two like, we weren't adults at the time, but we were two people with two separate intimate lives, and it would be incredibly inappropriate. We both were well aware, because we're both mature adults. It would be very inappropriate for us to speak about those things in like in an intimate way. Like it was fine like in a group, like our group at lunch would talk about like, oh, because my bitches were there. I have my bitches in there. I was talking about, oh, my nigga did this and this and this, and we did this, and then he's just there, you know, like he's not joining in. He's not like, what, he did what? That's crazy. I would never do that to you. No, he's just sitting there like, why you talking to that nigga? You're weird. Or he's like starting another conversation because there's other people in the group, and then he like, you know, diverts his attention because it's like, yeah, I don't even want to touch that. We were on the type of time with each other. It's like, nah. I don't want to know what you do with your vagina, Cassidy. You're fucking stupid. I think you're stupid, and you're stupid. And you keep posting your butt, you know, her butt's not that big. He was on that type of time with me. It's like, why you posting those thirst traps? You're ugly. I was like, I'm not ugly. Your lips are chapped. That's why your lips are fucking chapped. Bitch. So it was very... I look back at that time with him and our friendship as a very fond. Like, I'm very fond of him as a person. But... you know, it was a mutual respectful thing where there was boundaries in place that made it so it would never be inappropriate. You know, I was actually really close friends with the girl that he was dating as well. So that's like another level of inappropriate that it would be, because that's my girl before he was my friend. Like, so it was just like not ever the right time. I feel like it was never the right time to speak on such a thing. It was never like, it was just never gonna be appropriate. It's just not the foundation of our relationship, and it was just not that. But women like her will desecrate a relationship like that, where both people are being kind and upholding boundaries and standards that are required so that their relationship is functional. There's no threat, like there's no inappropriateness, there's never a time, I feel like, where she could actually say, you told Cassidy what? You told, I guess I'm Phoenix on here. You told Phoenix what? Why would you talk about that with her? Why would you show her that? Why would you, there was never a time where she could do that, because it was never happening. You know, even with like, I think he started dating other women, and she would tell me about them, and she would like want me to be mean to the women too. Like, he started other relationships, but she was like so gung-ho on him that she was like always there, and always like, she was always like kind of marking her territory and desecrating other relationships, you know, you know, if they didn't work it out, that was like between them. But you know, because she was one of those people that was always there, and it's like very similar to a lot of women think like this, so it's not a unique thing at all. It's just an insecure thing that people do, where they feel like if you have somebody once, you have them forever. Like, it is just not the case. Let me start the video.